All right, my people, welcome back to Critics News with hot update on as you take the go. If you have not followed us on the social media handles, please go and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook, and we're bringing you updates back to back. Let's go straight to the reason why we are here. Information reaching us says that the unknown gunmen has been going around with their message, preaching message, while our forming committee are running helter-skelter to see how they can restore normalcy at different locations. Okay, because the thing is getting hotter and hotter on daily basis. I say, wow, who is sponsoring this unknown government? Are you sure these guys are not government agencies? Government agencies just to accuse IPOB or Mazen Namdekan. Because the election they held today that they say unknown government came, they came with government cars. You understand? So the latest information now reaching us says that unknown government in Abia State accidentally set a building and property belonging to Honorable Nena Elendu Ukeje, a member of Nigeria House of Representatives, ablaze. They say 5 people were sent to judgment during this attack that occurred. Not just that. There's another information on unknown government with a vehicle too. And they say that Joe Igbo, which one is Igbo? Joe Igbo Fulani, yeah, let us just manage it like that. That Joe Igbo Fulani have sent a special message concerning unknown gunmen. There's a lot of argument now concerning unknown gunmen. And this is the reason why our forming committee has not been able to ascertain the origin of the unknown gunmen. We have been asking Joey Bukwe, Yona Kwiri. There's another write-up here too for an Ebony State House of Representatives member, the House of Representatives. He saw something about unknown government. So we are trying to gather information before we can be able to give you accurate details of unknown government. You get the point? So let's see what happened with Ebubago. They say that not quite long that unknown gunmen hijacked Ebubago security men checkpoint. Oh, in Enugu Express Road. Today being the 4th of March, 4th of March 2022, that unknown gunmen hijacked their checkpoint. It like say they don't they loaded all the Bubago in the vehicle and their patrol van. I don't know where they are driving them to now as we speak. So a Bubago now is now in the hands of unknown gunmen. Or when they are join here together. So devil Omahe, you better be careful. Because this you want to set up a unknown government. I don't know. Hope Ozodema will send unknown government to Ebony State to hijack that side. And you will send them to Imo State to kill innocent people. This is what this governors has been doing. And we have been investigating to be sure of these practices. You understand? Let's see what do you call him? Joe Igbo Aral Igbo Ojo has to say. Joe Igbo sends message to Igbo leaders over unknown gunmen. Joe Igbo, the special advisor on drainage and water resources to Lagos State Governor, which is Joe Igbo, the advisor to Lagos State government on toilet, dirty gutter, bad roads, refuse dump, and all that. He's in charge of digging latrine in Lagos. That is what he does. Now be this man way they see here. So Baba on latrine in Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Friday queried Southeast traditional and political leaders on their silence concerning the state of insecurity in the region. So since you are worried, Joe Igbo, I think you should come home, go back to the east, and then you query. Since the traditional rulers cannot query, I think it is high time you do the query. Since they have refused to do their job, I think you should do your job quickly as soon as possible. Even in sense. Politics Nigeria reports that the rising insecurity, such as kidnappings, mindless killings, and cannibalism, is created by unknown gunmen in the zone. Activities of this group, whose motives are yet undefined, have created tension and fear in the region. These men, who are armed with dangerous objects such as machetes and guns, move about almost unchallenged, attacking targets and disposing security personnel of their weapons and killing them in the process. When the policemen are killing the citizens, what have you said? How many of these people have been brought to book? I know they bring them to book. No, in Lagos State, NSAS protesters were shot. They were shot. Many people killed. Up till today, Tinubu did not answer any query. Sanwo-Olu have not answered. The military are still hiding. They have not answered any query. None is in the prison. What do you call him? Lai Muhammad Onola Ahiala, one side, have not gone to prison for the killing of innocent people protesting for their right in the country. And you are asking for who are the unknown gunmen. They are the people or the spirit of the dead that rules from the NSAS protests. They are the unknown gunmen, in case you don't know. Part of our investigation reveals that some of the NSAS protesters that were killed are the people who resurfaced as unknown gunmen. So now you know better. Common sense. Are Igbo leaders aware of the shedding of innocent blood on a daily basis in the southeast? Or are we still pretending to be unaware of what is going on? Ibokwe, a member of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC), wrote on his Facebook page, and it will be recorded last year, Ibokwe's house in Nnewi, Anambra State, was also burnt down by the same unknown gunmen. Some social commentators said that the increased nefarious activities in the southeast zone might be targeted at ensuring that any election in the region is stopped in 2023 as a way of assisting the Biafra campaign. So this is what some people are saying on social media, but we are yet to get the people who are saying it. Let us know the people who are saying that and what they want to say. We want to know, we want to hear. Let us be sure. So, and also secondly, a member of what do you call him? Speaker, Ebonyi State House of Assembly have also issued a statement concerning unknown gunmen. He said that Eastern Security Network is not officially established by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB. And he also said that ESN is not unknown gunmen. Some of you know they hear. When I've been reiterating, I've been saying it on daily basis. On the see here. Ebonyi State House of Assembly said this. He said ESN is a group of youth from Igbo land that stand for security of Eastern Nigeria. Let us not misunderstand them. This is his own statement. But Igbo leaders, Efulefus, has been accusing ESN of being the unknown gunmen. They have been accusing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of all these nefarious activities and all these unknown gunmen that are fighting for one single something. Why? Even now as I speak to you, I saw a video where a policeman was extorting one guy. I think that was in Lagos, extorting. As a result, they pushed the policeman down in Lagos. Because the guy bought a new car, his car is still fresh, and they say, oh, park here. He parked, bring your papers. He brought, and they checked and checked and checked, and they saw nothing wrong. He said, oh yeah, come and roger us. Roger you for what? Do you know how long people walk? No matter the walk. Do you know what people pass through to get money, to even buy keke, to even buy Okada? Now, keke marijuana is about 1.2 million naira. Do you know how much it takes to buy one? But police will come and seize it because you took passenger at the front. Took passenger, and they will seize it. Go and bring 10,000. go and bring 20,000. Go and bring this, go and bring that. Police, and you don't know how many times, how many trips he has to go to bring 10,000. You could call money like saying a pure water. Since you people don't want to create job, you are creating unknown government. Since you don't get common sense, you people have created unknown government, and they will deal with una sorte. It is because government houses, it never reach there. That is why it's still like a daydream. It still sounds like akukifo. One day, this unknown government that you government officials are breeding, it will get to government house. You're soon on easy. It will get to government house. If police now is requiring security, if police now is requiring a bubag as security assistance, if the army is also running, my brother, my sister, una go run as a government officials. Una never know what una they create. I've been shouting it. Create a job. Create a job. Una they leave them. They say, what are you talking about? Will you get away from there? Because you know that poverty is what you can use to rig election. Unless this unknown government, they don't know their work. No. Foolish people. Come on to go and see how other countries are. Put electricity on no fee put, and you are complaining. Common light in since 60 years. You can't put light. You don't have good roads. So what have you been doing? You have been looting. You are looting. You want to save it in an account, and you want to look fresh. You go chop all the money, all the blood go there your body, you go they look yourself, you go they smile. When they knock you, then the blood go through away. When you reach hellfire, you tell them and explain that it was unknown government that visited you. Quickly, I have a video here of what our brother, what is his name, Femi Fanekayode, said concerning concerning the crisis in Russia. Let me quickly play you the video. All right, and before I do that, look at the education system where they were talking to ASU, Minister of Education, Abi. Yeah, Minister of Education. Look at how he walked out.
You can now see that we don't finish that. The minister that they are paying the salary. We don't finish that. We working as a the work out of us.
All right, and I don't see that is the Minister of Education. He walked out on the people who he's supposed to address, and this man is also looking for so much respect, which is Reuben Abati, a person. They are addressing you as somebody who claims to be professional. You Reuben Abati, you are supposed to at least understand what is going on, but you no agree. You said, oh, they didn't address you very well. They should add respect to your name, so they will ask you Uncle Reuben in one room.
To give us more updates on Nigerians
Listen,
who were evacuated from Ukraine via Bucharest Airport in Romania is our Rise correspondent Mary Chinga, who is on ground Abia, as we listen to some of the returning. Mary, good morning, and thank you for joining us on the morning show.
Good morning, Ruben.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ruben.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
So,
the way you are calling Ruben,
yes,
it's like you were at my naming ceremony when I was born many years ago. But carry on. What's the situation report out there?
Okay, so students here are basically...
Is the process smooth, or are they going through extraordinary stress on their arrival?
Ruben, I would say that the Nigerian authorities are generally warm. Their posture is that of, them being warm to receive these Nigerian students who actually look very exhausted and in need of love and all of the kindness they can actually get from the Nigerian government. All hands are on deck right here, and they're giving them their best.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Mary. I see you are in love with my name. Would like to keep calling me, okay? When I see you, I will tell you my history in this profession, okay?
All right, it's time for a short break on the morning show. Now, when we're
to give us more updates on Nigerians who were evacuated from Ukraine via Bucharest Airport in Romania is our ICE correspondent Mary Chinga, who is on ground out there, as we listen to some of the returning. Mary, good morning, and thank you for joining us on the morning show.
Good morning, Ruben.
Good morning.
I think there's a mistake somewhere.
Can you hear me?
So,
The way you are calling Ruben,
yes, I can
it's
hear
like
you,
you are...
Ruben.
No, when I don't hear. So the man was angry that the lady was calling him Ruben directly. So he wanted, I don't know what the name, maybe Mr. Ruben or something. But let's listen to Faneka the Shapali.
What a day. So much has happened in the Ukraine. So much is going on, and there's still so much that will happen. First, let me take this off. I have a bit of a cold today, so I wore a mask, but let me take this off to make it easier. The place is being bombed. Like I said, Ukraine is being bombed. They've taken one major city today, that is the Russians. They'll take Kiev soon. They'll take the rest of the country soon. And the West is simply there, imposing sanctions and goading the Ukrainians on to keep fighting. Now, I'm not saying that what's happening to them is good. It's not good. It's very bad. It's very sad. And I feel for the people of the Ukraine. But I also know that at the end of the day, the Russians are going to have their way. Why? Because what they're doing is an attempt to protect their own country and stop NATO from encroaching on their border. Yes, sanctions are in place. Massive economic. Yes, sanctions are in place. Very big, powerful, frightening sanctions. Russian banks are being closed. They're doing everything. The Russian businessmen are being targeted all over the West. They've stopped the operations of the Russian central bank outside of Russia. They have devalued the ruble. They are humiliating them. They are blacklisting their sports team. They're doing all these things to them. But you know what? All Russia has to do now is turn off the gas supply to Germany, and it brings Germany to its knees. Literally, 70% of energy supplies, that is power supplies, in Europe are dependent on Russian gas. They shut that pipeline down. Certainly Germany goes to its knees, and most of Europe suffers from it. And you know, like somebody said, a British soldier said recently, that at the end of the day, you know, nothing's going to happen because France will not be able to stand for long. At the end of the day, the Brits themselves will have to come. At the end of the day, the Brits themselves will have to come in and try to save the day, and the Americans will come in late. This is the issue. This is the problem. But this conflict is different to the First World War. This conflict is different to the Second World War. This conflict will result in the usage of nuclear weapons if we are not careful. The basic problem is that the West gave an undertaking and their word that NATO would not expand eastward of Eastern Europe when the Iron Curtain came down and the wall was broken and Germany became one again. They gave their word that NATO would not encroach on the territory of nations that were originally members of the Warsaw Pact. They breached that agreement. They reneged on it, and they have now encroached and moved all the way up to the Ukraine, one nation away from the Russian borders. The Russians cannot and will not accept this. And I want to send this message out to the world that we need to do a lot more in terms of balanced viewing. We need to do a lot more in terms of understanding the situation. We need to rein in our emotions. We need to understand what's going on. We need to accept the fact that there are two sides to this story. And we need to understand the implications of what the Western media agencies, particularly the American CNN, BBC, the Brits, and in fact all of them, even Al Jazeera, what they're trying to do here. They are sensitizing you and I and the whole world to prepare our minds for a war that need not be fought. We don't have to go to war. We don't have to fight Russia. We don't have to be the enemy of Russia. We have to understand that Russians are human beings as well. We have to accept the fact that they have legitimate concerns. Now, the people that are suffering the most are the Ukrainians. I feel so sorry for them. They're caught right in the middle. But I blame primarily the West for reneging on their word, for stoking up the Russian bear, for ensuring the Russians were sufficiently enraged to do what they're doing, and for ensuring that at the end of the day, the world is now applauding the possibility of a third world war. And we don't want that. We must not allow ourselves to be comfortable with that thought. that, oh, let's just cross over with NATO and liberate the Ukrainians. Let NATO just do what they have to do and kick the Russians out of the Ukraine. It'll never happen. No matter how heroic you think the Ukrainian president is, no matter how much you love him, at the end of the day, the people that will control the Ukraine are the Russians. And it is simply not worth crossing that border for us to start a conflict that will engulf the entire world, because everybody will have to take sides. On the one hand, right now, you have the Russians, the Chinese, United Arab Emirates, interestingly enough, where Dubai is, and you also have the Israelis, you have the Indians, and so on and so forth. And many more will join them eventually. On the other side, you have NATO, the Americans, the Europeans, and everybody else. Where do we stand in Africa? Where do we stand in Africa? We can't just continue to lap up what is being churned out to us by CNN and the Western propaganda machine and accept what they're saying as being true and following them blindly into a major conflict which will affect each and every one of us. We need to make our own choices, reasonable choices, informed decisions based on all the relevant facts, and then take a decision as an independent nation. Nigeria is independent. We must be able to think this through, maintain the peace, take a neutral position, and understand the fact that there's far more to this than meets the eye. I end with this, a prayer for the Ukrainian people, particularly the civilians that are being killed there. A prayer for everybody that has been killed, including the Russian soldiers and the Ukrainian soldiers. But it is not as simple as many people think that, oh, one country is going in to go and violate another. It's not as simple as that. One last thing, Ukrainians should treat Africans with more respect, especially those that try to get out of their country to save their lives. Thank you. Now, before I leave, let me just say this. Let's put this in perspective, okay? Just a very quick one, okay? For example, let's say that a portion of Nigeria, let's say Biafra or Ududua Republic, managed to gain independence from Nigeria and breaks off. Fine. And then a few years later, Nigeria's mortal enemy enters into a military pact with either Biafra or Ududua Republic and encircles the whole of what's left of Nigeria. And then they now put nuclear weapons on Biafran soil or Ududuan soil, pointed at Abuja and the rest of Nigeria. How would you as a Nigerian feel in that situation? Threatened, rightly so. That is precisely how the Russians feel today. And we need to understand that, and we need to stop baiting the Russians there. Thank you.
All right, when I don't hear him, let me know what you think about what he feels, okay? But be it as it may, I'll see you guys on the next update. Just drop your comment below, letting me know out of all these things that we've discussed, what you feel. I'll be right back. Thank you.